Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys can hear me well. I'm jumping right into my morning watch list for today. A lot of action, a lot of gappers. So starting off with CCJ, they announced this nuclear deal with U.S. and we're gapping up to the 100 level here, right over the prior highs. Out of this decent base, what I'm looking for is just a trend to join off of open. I want to, wait a little bit, see, if we start to really build out first 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then join that trend over there. PayPal, pretty decent gapper as well. Been in this 6, 7 month base down here. We had earnings. They also had a deal with OpenAI to become the first wallet for ChatGPT. So this is what I'm same idea, 10, 15 minutes off of open. I want to wait for, some sort of trend to join above these key levels. W is just one I'm keeping an eye out for just because of how well it trended since the April lows. Also, a little bit of a base after a few months, gapping over that off of earnings. If you zoom out, this daily here is a lot of the dailies we've been seeing since COVID, stage 4 downtrend. Kind of reminds me of Roblox, down here, and they had their earnings. It gapped up and then had a little continuation, came back down, retested those, and just kept going. So that's what I'm kind of looking for in W. Any sort of trend to join off open. Otherwise, if we do start to build right above this key, then I'd be interested in joining that another day. Then Wolf had this. They expanded the partnership with Fluid Stack, which was the reason why I was getting all that volume back here. And then they also revised some preliminaries, sold off initially, and then came back up. So I want to see how that sort of reacts off of open, and then some continuations based on the daily charts. We got APLD, beautiful trend, same basket, AI data center as Wolf and IREN, and that basket, and basically just undercutting, reclaiming the 10, putting in an inside tight day. I'm really just looking for any trend to join 3450, 3470s, AMPX in the battery sector that I'm watching for. I wouldn't mind, another day of insider consolidation, but really just looking for any sort of trend to join and push through that trend line. The other, names in that basket, QS, which, had a decent move on Friday. There was also SLDP, and I think AMPX just has the best setup there, but I guess if it builds a little bit more, that would be better. Then we got BT, which again, trend a little bit, higher lows, tightening up, looking for that trend to join over the 410 level. And then CAN, which is gapping down just a little bit under this, this 170s level, but, hopefully opens up a little above that just to keep the trend intact. But nothing I really love that much on the continuation type of side of things. But if we do get some morning opportunities on these, then I'd be interested there. So that's what I got. I'll pass it right over to Josh.
Yep, good morning. The first name that I have is SoFi, scapping up through all-time highs on the earnings. I'm going to watch versus 30-30 off the open, give it 10, 15, 20 minutes, see if it can build higher lows. And I want to see that the relative volume is there. So I'll have a relative volume indicator on my charts throughout the open, to make sure that it's trading ideally 2 to 3 times its average volume. I want to make sure that there's a ton of interest on if this is going to be an earnings play. Pony has had Uber partnership this morning. Uber is like investing another potentially 100 million after previous investments. And I like this tight right build on the charts, just kind of getting tighter, and now we're gapping above yesterday's highs. So I'll watch this for a trend join as well. Grab, it's been a pretty slow mover, but similar concept to Pony, just kind of watching for a trend join. And then on the short side of things, I'm going to keep watching QBTS and RGTI as potential shorts versus their high days yesterday. I know everything looks like it's going straight up. I mean, it doesn't look like it. It is. A lot of things are, at least. You saw how many names that Judah just mentioned that have news and PRs and earnings this morning that are just gapping higher through all-time highs. But I want to have a couple of shorts that I'm watching as well, and that's going to be QBTS, and RGTI. You can watch Ion Q with it, but I want to see if the quantum sector might fail here. If the markets get heavier at any point in the future, which there's no sign of, but still, I want to have an availability of things to sell versus just be chase. So that's all for me this morning, and I'll pass this to Emil.
All right. Morning, everyone. So I'm going to watch this morning a few small caps, and one of them is XHLD. It's a cheap name, and still it's holding this base. I'm expecting to see more fireworks after the open. Not much going on so far in small cap land. So I'm expecting to, since this one and sorry, another name are up this morning, we might have some follow through. So I'm not saying that it's a good long, but ideally it's going to have a push against pre-market highs. I mean, that's what I would be interested in getting a short position. So any push through pre-market highs, see if it's going to stop there and then looking for the backside, or wait, mid-morning at around 10 a.m. and see if there is going to be any pops, and it's not going to straight down out of the gate. In this case, I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. FRGT, another name I'm watching, small cap. Same thing here. Already gave a push and fade. Nothing here. If it's going to melt down from this point forward, nothing for me to squeeze here. But if it's going to be any push against to 30 to 50-ish, pretty much against these levels, I'm going to give a shot for a short, risking pretty much slightly above pre-market height. So any speed up at any given time after the open, I would really like to see a push against this area in order to get involved. Now, also looking at TM, this one, it's looking pretty good for a long trade. I like the fact that broke out here, made the pullback, and now sort of holding the pullback, and has not that volatile day. I'm still watching to see if it managed to build up for a bit above 90. Ideally, it's going to go sideways 1 or more 2 days, but if there are going to be any follow through today, I'm going to be there risking a low of the day. NEO, same thing here, pretty tight range. Yesterday had a breakout attempt, but rejected. Still, I haven't seen a big sell-off on this one. So as long as it's going to stay above 675-ish, and it's going to build up there, I am going to consider this one for a long, risking pretty much 675-ish. So basically, low of this range, I wouldn't like to see it under this low. But again, as long as it's going to build up, looking for a trade here long. Lyft, since it's sort of in a hot theme right now with Uber and the other names. Same thing here, watching this level from the gap. So far it's gravitating around that, but again, tight range. And for me at this stage, if we'll manage to have some follow through, I'm going to risk pretty much yesterday's low. So 20-ish more or less. Ideally, I would like to see a little bit of action after the open, and I would be interested in any opening range break. So I'm going to watch for long trade there. ETSY, I'm sorry. Same thing here. Nice build up here, nice candle here. Yesterday had, tested more or less previous highs. I'm looking for a breakout here. This is a pretty loose setup, so I'm not going to give much room. Looking to see if the volume is going to kick in, and then trying to take advantage of some sort of a follow-through momentum. But other than that, I'm going to keep the risk tight. So since this is already sort of extended, a better entry would have been here. So I'm watching for that type of move. Also looking at cores. course, it's pretty interesting here. I like the fact that after this washout, reclaimed all the way back, and yesterday had a breakout, and also the setup was pretty tight yesterday, and that's basically where those previous highs were. So that's a very interesting setup here. I compared this one with path from a few weeks ago. So looking for more follow through. Ideally, it's going to give some dips versus 20, and looking for a long trade there. And that's why I compared this one with path, where had some sort of a wash and after earnings, and then reclaim right away, and had that breakout. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have for today. Good luck to you all.
Yep. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Emil. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day. I'll catch you guys in the room.